DIY.
You have not shied away from criticism of streaming.
Oh yeah, man. It's a lot of Cyclops motherfuckers running and streaming, dog.
I'm saying. I want to bring up this clip.
What's good, y'all? Wanted to tap in and give y'all an update on this Spotify situation, but I still wanted to give y'all an update on what I've been experiencing with this Spotify BS. I've noticed a reduction in my play count over the past week, and I wasn't tripping too hard, but got on my app yesterday just to check the data, and I noticed that my album was off Spotify. So immediately, try to figure out solutions, reasons why it's down. We hit up Spotify artists. They let us know that my album was flagged because they saw unusual activity compared to my previous releases. And that doesn't really make sense because I haven't released an album in years. Like, this is my first album in a long time. So they're comparing it to singles, and I have like big features on this album. I have big production on this album, and I'm running promotion on this album. There's content, there's rollouts that are all attributed to pushing, connection and pushing viewership of what we're doing. So of course there's going to be, a bigger spike compared to other releases. They took this action. They didn't communicate anything. We had to contact them. So they let me know that the protocol or the process to follow is to have my distributor appeal their decision and then push for reinstatement, push for review, and then push for revision so that my play count stays the same as it was before they started this reduction. So Spotify taking my album down is like really disrespectful, especially that there's no communication about it, that all my streams are real, all the effort is real. I'm not trying to scam. If I was trying to scam, why the fuck would I just go for 600,000 streams? I'd have went for millions.
I'm saying.
I'm gonna try to break the bank. The fuck? So it doesn't make sense. Seems like, they don't want independent artists to really win who are playing by the rules.
Let me preface this before I ask you any questions about this. This is somebody who I've never seen complain about the odds being stacked up. This is somebody I've never, in my years of knowing you, I don't even know how long I've been knowing you, I've never seen you ever play the position of a victim. I've never seen you say, man, the odds are stacked up against me. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing in this video, but I think it does speak volumes when somebody like yourself that is a self-starter, somebody who has traditionally pulled himself up by his own bootstraps and got it done, when you say, y'all, this is a problem. He wants to know the real numbers because he's actually doing real business.
Right.
What are kind of your thoughts today after that experience?
Cyclops niggas,
I heard that. Oh, head ass. Oh, please hand me my shades, head ass. I'm sorry, I get very emotional about this X-Men shit. Yeah, Cyclops ass nigga. Okay, and why is that?
So, all right, I don't know. There's probably a lot of artists that are tapping in right now, right? So, if you go on your artist Spotify, you're probably going to see this beta program called Discovery Beta, all right? So Discovery Beta, they offer you campaigns that are supposed to promote you to bigger audiences where they take 30% off the top of your revenue. All right? So they want to monopolize how the artist is promoting themselves on their platform. All right? Everything I did on my side was legit, from the campaign rollout to, ads on IG, ads on Google, and then being able to discover an alpha program through Google, through Gemini, where I'm able to scan and target potential listeners on Spotify and suggest the album to these listeners. And these are real listeners and not botted. People have the choice. They don't have to listen. But AI works phenomenal, in that capacity where I don't have to rely on an editor not giving my album the time of day, which happened. I'll reach out, send it to a specific editor, and, he's like, oh, I'm giving Tyler a third spin. Give me
Okay.
Tyler a third spin.
So you can't
I
listen.
can't listen to your album right now. Oh, I gotta go check out this podcast. Literally, I wish I could show the screenshot of the
fact
text,
that you
dog.
sound exactly how I imagine them is hilarious.
Duh, I wish I could show the screenshot of that conversation, bro.
What are we doing?
Dog.
What are we doing?
I'm like, bro, you're at Spotify. You're supposed to be listening to music of official niggas, right? You're supposed to promote official nigga. I'm official.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to my shit. Just listen.
Yeah.
Wouldn't, so I'm like, all right, so I can't be captive to, or just can't rely on, the specific editor, fucking with me, because they're obviously not fucking with me, right? So I'm like, all right, I know my shit is of quality, I know my shit is high caliber, but this motherfucker's not listening. All right, let me take it upon myself. Let me get my DIY hat back on. How can I reach the maximum amount of real listeners? Because I have to reach listeners and create, commerce for myself. I have to be able to book shows, tour, get merch out to people that are fucking with this music.
Right.
Right? So they are penalizing me for figuring out how, to target listeners and get real plays and grow my listenership. So that's my reaction to, that. It's just like I said in the video, they don't want independent artists to win. They want you to play by their rules, you know what I'm saying? Give them their 30% cut for reaching listeners on their platform.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up. And then they're not going to playlist you unless you're a major label artist. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, all right, it's stacked up against me to not win here, but I'm going to still figure out how to win. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to still figure it out. But y'all making me look crazy. Y'all took my album off, then y'all wiped all my plays. And then I'm like, all right, I'm kind of scared to promote anything or direct any traffic because y'all might red flag it again. You know what I'm saying?
Dog, it's such a mess, dog. It really is such a mess to where I knew that things were heading in such a messy place. I'm pretty sure you caught wind of all of the fire I tried to raise and the conversation I tried to make as big as possible. When I just really started connecting. So to give a little bit of a backstory, when I pivoted from being full-time artist to then incorporating the YouTube and content, it forced me to actually start taking this seriously as a business because the introduction was very different and I was at a different stage in my life than when I met music. Being in this YouTube environment, I met people who had their shit together and not just be talented, right? Had their shit together, so I learned from them like, oh shit, I'm not really taking my business serious if I don't have customer data. Okay, well I gotta do that if I'm on YouTube, if I'm trying to sell courses or whatever it is I'm trying to sell. I then looked back at music and came back full time, well not full time, but attempted to, and I was like, oh, this is a shitstorm. You mean to tell me the place that is in charge of just being a middle service, whether it's the distributor, whether it's even the DSP, is telling me that you can take it down anytime you want because you just suspect that it's fake plays. All the energy that you put into an album, all the people that you pay for this thing to go live, the mixing engineers, the producers, the studio time if you do, the time creatively, the energy, the emotion, everything that goes into this, you can sit there behind your AI-based system and let it just make these dumbass decisions and nobody has to second guess before you see an artist that has obviously a lot of Spotify listeners, a proven product that has been here. You can see these numbers. Your algorithm doesn't allow this person to get paid. No, you don't want to pay nobody. Compound that with the threshold system. When I seen the threshold, I was like, nigga, I don't work for you. Cyclops ass nigga, do your job. Like, what is, you know what I'm saying? Like, do your job. Dog, you are not, ain't nobody came to see you, Otis. I know you Spotify. I respect that you build a business model, but ain't nobody listening to Spotify. They're listening, they're not listening to Spotify. That's not an artist. Spotify is not an artist. It is a means to an end. The end is the creativity. But when I started hearing the CEO say shit like, if you're an artist that makes albums and takes time with your music, you will not succeed as well as somebody who puts out singles on our platform. I said, nigga, who let you out the house to talk like this?
Right.
There ain't nobody in there that's like, don't say that shit, Daniel.
Right. Ick.
Ick. You know, that's my favorite shit. Ick. That ain't gonna see me and give me the most Cyclops look I ever seen. I guess he couldn't give me a look because he always got to put them glasses on. But I imagine it probably looked like Daniel Ek and Cyclops.
Exactly.
Can't tell me no different.
Exactly, dog.
So you made a pivot. Can you talk a little bit about the pivot that you made to try to get more direct to the people who do support you?
Yeah, man. So I put the album up on Even, and then, you know, had a light campaign there, but then I really just kind of focused on product. Have partnership with Fat Beats to produce my vinyl. So, you know, I have the Party in My Living Room site, or thurz.co, where you can go to purchase, you know, my current product for this project.
DIYers, if you enjoyed this content, make sure that you hit the like button and maybe even consider subscribing. Come on, man. Stop being greedy. Peace.